Hi, good morning. Now, as a part of the exercise, I would like to explain. I would like to explain the clauses of term sheet. In this, there is a exercise. One is the read the following situation and answer the following. Uh, Read the following situation and draft the following clauses. You are hired, the Mr. Suresh M. I am graduate in your organization for the role of team head, marketing and strategy. He claims to be a marketing guru and has a huge online presence. You soon found out that he is involved in leaking confidential information to your competitors, but he claims otherwise. You get agitated and start the process of his termination, but he alleges that a wrongful termination on your part. At this point, both the parties, through the recording of the mediation, resorting the mediation as a medium to resolve the dispute regarding a termination. Litigation would not be only cause of the case. So in this case, that there is a mediation is happened relating to his termination, which is then there are certain clauses to be drafted in the term sheet, which are this. One is payment clause. The employer should pay the Mr. Suresh M as the gross settlement amount of rupees 1 lakh. This is US dollar 1 lakh, and the agreed US dollar 10,000 should be paid in 4 monthly installments after compliance of the terms to this agreement through escrow account. And there shall not be any other payment shall be made by the employer to Mr. Suresh M other than above said agreed amount in future in this regard. It shall be full and final settlement. So in this, day, what we said is the payment for agreeing that is termination, and how the payment should be made. That payment should be made after compliances of the agreed terms in the term sheet. Next clause, separation and waiver of future employment. Response. Mr. Suresh M. last day of employment shall be 31st December 22. It is agreed upon to the Mr. Suresh M that he has received all dues, because while drafting this clause, we have to consider certain important information or terms in this clause. That is, it is agreed upon to Mr. SM that he has received all full dues and salary, because he should not be claimed again. This we have not paid. He is not received whatever he entitled to receive. So that is what he said, that we have received everything. The employer agreed that Mr. Suresh M has returned all the properties such as laptops, documents, and whatever all the valuable documents and information and assets hand over him while he is executing the his job. So after on retirement, means on termination, or is we employer should confirm or acknowledge that he has returned all the assets. Even if it is something is pending, is to be hand over, it should be hand over on the last day of his employment. That is the separation and waiver of the future employment. Third one, liquidation damages. Liquidated damages. Liquidated damages is nothing but the damages incurred on violation of certain terms, which is as per the agreement. Response: if Mr. Suresh M entitled to receive a liquidated damages of some 10,000 US dollars if violates the conditions agreed upon at the time of mediation, which or form a part of the term sheet. If more damages incurred by the employer due to the acts of violation of conditions by the Mr. Suresh M, which are form a part of the term sheet, should be paid as a form of liquidated damages to the employer. So what we said here is the Suresh has to pay the liquidated damages. So if he violates any conditions laid down in the term sheet, still that extent to the 10 lakhs US dollars, if still further loss incurred by employer because of the acts of Mr. Suresh, that also to be quantified subsequently and to be terminated, to be reimbursed or paid to the employer to the form of liquidated damages. The fourth clause, knowing and voluntarily acknowledgement response. Both of the parties acknowledge that read the conditions of the term sheet, consulted their respective legal agreements. Means in this what we said is that both the parties should be acknowledged that the conditions they understood properly and signed, and they have even approached their legal representatives to understand the terms of the conditions of the term sheet. Then withdrawal and stipulations of the dismissal. Response: Mr. Suresh M agrees to dismiss all claims, charges, allegations against employer regards to the employment or in future employment. Yes. Whatever the claims and charges, allegations against the employer, which is charged by the employer on his employment, should be dismissed by the Suresh or withdrawn. Mr. Suresham should deliver a signed copy of stipulations of the dismissal or withdrawal of the charges, allegations within 1 month time from the date of term sheet executed. So he has to give back, he has to deliver, he has to hand over the signed copy of the stipulations of the dismissal or withdrawal of the charges to the employer. This is the second condition of the clause of withdrawal and stipulation of dismissal. The third one is the compensation agreed upon as for the clause payment of US dollars 1 lakh shall be deposited into escrow account by the employer council until the stipulation of the dismissal is not received. Deliverance of the signed copy of stipulation of the dismissal is to be prerequisite or condition for consideration or compensation transferred to Mr. Suresh M. So what it says is, unless he is given back, means he delivered or handed over the stipulation, signed copy of the stipulations or charges withdrawn or dismissed, so that compensation which is agreed upon in the term sheet, or that is 1 lakh US dollars, should not be transferred to his own account. It should be kept in the escrow account of the employer council, which is been on compliance of the required conditions. This should be transferred. The employer also agreed to let go counterclaims made by the Mr. Suresh M. So in the case of employer made any counterclaims for the claims raised by the employee, should be let us go, because he is already withdrawn or dismissed his charges upon agreeing of the terms or conditions. Okay. Thank you. This is part 1.